Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning July 20th through July 26th, 2020. So this is a super positive card, you guys, Blossoming Abundance. And this is really wonderful because on Monday the 20th, we have a new moon, and new moons are always awesome for new beginnings and new creation. So let's take a look at the card first of all. The card depicts a garden with a lot of light coming in. And I think this card really is talking about gratitude. I think that's a big message from the card. I'm not going to go into the number 3 because I don't feel that it really pertains to anything in this particular reading. But now I don't know if you guys can see this in the card, but there are a number of gold coins hidden inside of this garden. And what that represents to me is that there are hidden treasures in our lives all over the place that when we discover them and experience gratitude and appreciation, magical, incredible things begin to happen. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the idea of blossoming abundance and what is the road to blossoming abundance in all forms. Let's start with, as I said, the new moon, new beginnings. We've been through a very difficult, traumatic time. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. It may continue to be difficult, but this is our opportunity right now to raise above that timeline, to get to a higher dimensional, higher frequency of experience for ourselves, because we have this little window, is my sense, where we can really reset our consciousness and our energy in a very, very positive way. So back to gratitude and how gratitude yields abundance to us. I put a little fairy in here because I don't know if you guys are familiar with fairy energy. Fairy energy is the most incredible elixir of happiness. Wherever you find that fairy energy in a garden, or if you happen to be particularly connected to the fairies, you probably already know this, but fairies just have a vibration of happiness. So what does that have to do with abundance? Because I personally think fairies are very connected to abundance. When we look at a garden that is filled with flowers, you know, we would look at that garden and say, that's just such an abundance of life, an abundance of beauty, an abundance of creation. And there's a lot of fairy energy in those gardens that are truly abundant and flourishing, because fairies are basically nature's angels. They're the angels for plants and insects and animals and things like that. Okay, just like we have angels, the other elements in nature have all kinds of nature spirits and beings. It's just part of the big interdimensional ecosystem that we call planet Earth. It is an interdimensional ecosystem, guys. It's not just a physical ecosystem. It's the fact that it's an interdimensional ecosystem is what gives it vibrancy and life and beauty. Okay, so we have light pouring into this garden. We have, well, let me get back. I was sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Let me get back to what I was saying about the fairies. It's not really that this is about the fairies, although it can be, but it's really about happiness being an extremely high vibration. Gratitude always leads to happiness. If you truly indulge in gratitude and appreciation, you're going to feel happy. And here's how you can tell, because you always appreciate the things that make you happy, right? So when you consciously engage in gratitude, you are focusing on the things that inspire happiness and good, positive feelings. So gratitude raises your vibration. Once your vibration gets higher, when you tune into happiness and appreciation, here's what's happening, you guys. You're actually getting closer to the creator of all that is. You're actually getting closer to the source of love, to that infinite divine love that creates the entire universe. Now, The love that creates all that is exists in a state of pure, infinite, perfect, and total love and appreciation for that creation, right? So when you go for gratitude, appreciation, you move into a vibration of happiness, you're moving closer to the Creator. You're moving closer to that high vibrational light that is the initiator of creation itself. So your opportunities to create abundance in your life expands tremendously. The power of gratitude, you guys, I have felt such a theme of gratitude unfolding in the last few days. The power of gratitude is not to be, taken lightly, okay? It is an immense power, but you have to be willing to go deep. You have to go really deep into it. You have to look at it as an indulgent thing to do. Like, I'm going to indulge in feelings of gratitude, because it really is indulgence. That's how you want to look at it. It's a way to positively indulge in life itself. So all the little hidden gold coins in this image of this garden represent all the treasures that are surrounding you at all times that you can find. And so I want you to think about this week, maybe going on a treasure hunt every day in your life. Going on a treasure hunt, what can you be grateful for? What can you just really appreciate so much? I'll give you a little way to start that journey if you're feeling stuck. We've just been through a period collectively of tremendous loss with this shutdown and all the stuff that's been going on. So if you reflect back on your life before all of that happened, you're probably going to notice that there were a lot of things that you took for granted that, looking back now, perhaps you wish you had appreciated more. So just by reflecting on that, you can actually tune into the energy of gratitude. You can tune into your memory of whatever you feel perhaps you have lost in the last few months and say, boy, that was so wonderful. And when you remember, just tuning into that memory of something that was wonderful, you start to raise your vibration. And then you can say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to transfer that. I'm going to look in my life right now, because there's probably still a whole lot in your life right now that you might also be taking for granted, that if you were to apply what you wish you'd applied in the past and you apply it today in your life today, you're going to find an abundance of all kinds of things. So let's just take this one step further before I complete this. What would be the purpose in doing all of this? Just to be happy? Well, there's a greater purpose. The greater purpose is because what it does is it sets up your consciousness for a fresh start, for a new start with this new moon, with this feeling of having a window of opportunity right now. It sets you up at a high vibrational level, at a level of love, of light, of appreciation, of joy, where you can actually set forth in your life from here and contemplate how you're going to create from a place of happiness, how you're going to create your life from a place of positivity, from optimism. And that is the best place you can be in right now with all the stuff going on in the world, because there's no place else to be other than to get into as high vibrational state as you can possibly bring yourself into. And as I said before, the best way to do that is by indulging in gratitude. And from that place, you will see that blossoming abundance. Your experience is going to blossom with an abundance of positive energy, positive feelings, inspiration, optimism, and from there, you can start to create more abundance in your physical life. Okay, so I think that's all for now. I'm wishing you guys a beautiful week ahead. I'm going to be launching Meditation for Spiritual Awakening this coming week. So stay tuned for that, because this is a very exciting course that is designed to support you in every single challenge or experience you could have during your spiritual awakening. So stay tuned for the details coming out in the next few days. All right, you guys, I'm sending you all so much love, light, beautiful, positive energy. Have an awesome week ahead. Namaste, everyone.